In a world where carbs are your enemy, you need one man to help you fight your battles. That man is Jimmy.
Combating nutrition disinformation and general bull. It's Jimmy Rants. JimmyRants.com.
Nutritional Therapy Association. The NTA trains and certifies nutritional therapy practitioners
like me
and consultants by focusing on bioindividuality.
One size diet doesn't fit all.
And the range of dietary strategies that support wellness.
Being healthy overall, y'all.
The NTA emphasizes a whole food,
vegetables from our front yard and backyard gardens,
properly prepared,
like fermented and sprouted,
and nutrient-dense diet,
like grass-fed butter and grass-fed beef,
as the key to restoring balance and enhancing the body's innate ability to heal. Throughout their programs, students learn a wide range of educational tools and techniques to identify and correct nutritional imbalances and deficiencies in their clients, and they launch a successful career in holistic nutrition.
And they might become best-selling authors and podcasters too.
The NTA produces like-minded practitioners and consultants that we consider the leaders in health and wellness.
Oh yeah.
Registration is now open for May classes, and you can learn more and save your seat by going to nutritionaltherapy.com.
Go sign up.
And don't forget to mention Jimmy and Christine Moore on your application. What's that website again, Christine?
Nutritionaltherapy.com.
Go sign up, y'all. You hear?
Oh yeah.
You're so silly. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another Instagram Live, and we're here with another episode of Jimmy Rants. JimmyRants.com is the website. As always, you can engage live and see swinging purses. You never know what you're going to see here on Jimmy Rants. You can engage live in the content, just like all these people are doing right now. Thank you guys for being here today. Joyce and Healthy Keto Chick and Nancy Virginia Beach, Medusa on Keto, RT Cash, and so many more people coming right now. If you missed the live, you can watch it on replay for up to 24 hours. After 24 hours, it does disappear. You'll need to go access all the past episodes over on YouTube. Type in a keyword, Jimmy Rants. You will find the show. Finally, the best of the best moments of this here show is in podcast form. It's the Jimmy Rants podcast over on Apple Podcasts as well as Stitcher. All of these links are at JimmyRants.com. Today's Jimmy Rants, I'm on a beach. Ain't it pretty? Look at the beach, you guys. So why am I on a beach doing a Jimmy Rants? I'm like, why the heck not, right? So, no, I'm actually here today because I have two Jimmy Rants super fans with me that I just had to come and meet. I wasn't going to get off the ship. We're on the low-carb cruise right now. I was not going to get off the ship, but I could not come and see, and you know her well here if you're a regular, Keto Neogenesis. Her name's Beth. What's up, Beth?
Hi. I'm so honored Christine and Jimmy came out. I'm so happy to meet them, and I got my book signed.
Yes, you did. She brought her Real Food Keto with a blue Sharpie.
Yes,
I've never signed that one in a blue Sharpie before, so that was a first.
But not blue.
So we also have Carlos. If you know that snarky guy that always comes on and makes some kind of a hilarious comment. Oh, I'm sorry. I said Carl. I'm sorry.
I can't believe you messed that up.
Alberto. What's up, buddy?
Hey, how are you?
Why do they call you Carlos? It's the heat, man. It's just like frying my brain. So, and then there's the lovely Christina Wiener. Hey. We have all kinds of people around us. Say hi, everybody. And there's Robin Davis drinking some water.
Why you do this to me? Hey, everybody.
See, I'm gonna make it linger a little longer.
Enjoy.
Yes, he does.
This is how Robin drinks her water. So I asked Beth, since you're the one that set up this little event, okay, you're a Jimmy Rants fan. What are we talking about? So what did you say?
I think I want to talk about being a zealot and turning people off, how not to do that, which I need work on because I get so passionate and excited, and it comes across as my way, you're wrong. And I don't want to do that, but I think I do. So
Yes. So what we're talking about here today is how not to be an extreme keto zealot, aka don't be like the vegans, because one of the things that turns off so many of us is that there is this kind of zealotry that tends to become dogma, and that if you don't do it the exact way that other people say, and you do even just a little bit off course, kind of like the whole if you're doing carnivore and you have cabbage, some people will give you a hard time. So, Carlos, any thoughts? See, I did that again, Alberto. I know I did that on purpose that time. Carlos, you got any thoughts? Alberto.
I will try to do my best. All the things I was telling Jimmy later, a bit ago, that I don't like the word keto, but because keto is not one particular thing. It's a state of the body that you can achieve doing different things. So there is nothing you can say, no, you are doing wrong or you are doing right, because you can achieve that state with different form of food and diets. So that's what I'm doing.
I like that. I think that's some really good points. But by the way, forever you're going to be known as Carlos now. So just going to let you know that when you come on. I know your name's Alberto. I'm going to call you Carlos. Christine, any comments?
Oh yeah.
She's like, oh yeah, I've been waiting to rant. Get off of here, Jay Moore.
So, as a nutritional therapy practitioner, we are taught bioindividuality, and it just bugs the mess out of me. I mean, we've even heard it on the cruise. I mean, it just gets my goat, I guess that's the saying, that somebody would say, okay, well, somebody has coffee on carnivore. I don't think that's right. What do you think? And very dogmatic and no flexibility. And that does more to turn people off to eating a certain way, because Alberto is right. I mean, you can be keto vegetarian, you can be keto carnivore, you can be somewhere in between. And we all have different needs, whether it be, stress levels, whether you have a family history of stuff, or just different life circumstances that you're dealing with, genetics. And so we have to find what's right for us. And just because it works for us doesn't mean it's going to be exactly what somebody else needs.
I actually learned from you about the bioindividuality, and when I first started out, we tend to complicate it. It's not complicated, but we complicate it. So after I was keto for a while, I felt like I had it down, and I could advise other people in a little bit. And then I started hearing about this bioindividuality, and I'm like, wait, what? Oh my God, I'm so
Another
overwhelmed.
layer I have to learn.
Another layer, what? But she's right. And what works for me doesn't work for everybody else, and vice versa. So that's absolutely true. And thank you for letting me know that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so this is a hard one because you get enthusiastic, and of course you guys know my story when I lost 180 pounds in 2004. How can you not get excited? But there is a good balance, I think, between having enthusiasm for something and still recognizing that maybe that thing you have enthusiasm for may not necessarily be for all. My version of keto isn't necessarily the version of keto that everybody needs. Why do you think, I'm going to come back to you, Alberto, what do you think the mechanism is? Because you think about these things really hard. I love your comments when you comment on Jimmy Rants. What do you think the genesis of all this is, that people feel like they have to be dogmatic rather than having an open mind?
Well, I think mostly I have to do because people tend to use sentiments, will be the word, as feelings instead of knowledge about I would say the diet. I don't like the word because these people, if you see, they use more feeling. I feel that this is better. My thought is that this is better, but that's not the logic. You can feel anything about something, but the other person will not feel the same sentiment about the same thing. So I don't like to use the logic, the personal logic, to get conclusions and make other people think the same way that I did.
What do I say, Christine, when someone says they feel something? That's just...
I forget what you say.
That's just gas.
Oh, gas. That's right. That's just gas. Yes. That's right.
Yeah, because feeling takes away the intellectual aspect of it. And I appreciate, and there was some rant I did the other day or something I read. I can't remember if I ranted about it or not, but it was like the whole idea of advocates. Oh, I did do a rant on this, the whole low-carb tribalism the other day. And that people think, oh, there can't be advocates without being scientific in every little thing you advocate for. I think there's a good balance between the two. That you get the knowledge, you learn about it, and then you can kind of assimilate it through your worldview, and then you disseminate, what you believe. How do you balance that? Or do you?
I have to check myself before I wreck myself all the time. I can get some days I'm pretty focused on being able to just not be full of Beth and not my way or the highway. Other days I just stay so excited about it.
Right.
People start asking me questions, and all of a sudden I'm like, woo, somebody's asking me questions. I know about this. I can tell
Right.
you. So I step up on my soapbox and I'm like, and then I see I'm going,
Glazed over, yeah.
and I'm like, oh, sorry. I got on my soapbox. So
Well, and here's the thing. I mean, I've been at this 15 years, and I wrote a book, Cholesterol Clarity. 8 years ago I wrote it, and it came out somewhere around 6-7 years ago. People still are asking about cholesterol, and I'm going, it seems to me that the more we learn and the more we get educated, the less people are getting it. And I'm wondering, where is that disconnect? Is it because we're extreme keto zealots and people just are turning it off? And if so, what's the alternative? How do you bring people back?
Yeah, I don't know. That it's really tough, and I think this is why I want to see more nutritional therapy practitioners and consultants out there, because I have to admit, I was like Beth used to be, before I went through the program, and I thought, okay, keto, this is why doesn't everybody do it this way? But the more that I've seen clients, I've got to meet my clients where they are, and I think part of it is sometimes we get so focused on the lingo too, because I know that my clients are not interested in all the scientific-y wordings and things like that. So I just use basic terminology, but if they want further information, I give it to them. You can overwhelm people with information. So you just have to meet people where they are and don't overwhelm them.
Right. All right, Robin, you got any comments on this keto zealotry you want to share?
Sure.
All right.
You mind coming up with
I don't mind for a moment. See, I love you that
guys,
much.
sorry.
So talk
I was
to the
sleeping over
people.
here.
I can't see if you're
Okay,
in
I'm
the
good.
shot.
I'm good.
Okay.
Hey guys, it's a little bit different, I think, as a coach. Unless I think people get the information from experts or gurus or whatever, and you got to understand that when on social media, especially, they're making a basic statement to a bunch of people. But this whole idea of bio-individuality is so strong. But on the other side, you have to be willing to put in the work. When I work with people one-on-one, it's okay, here's a starting point, but you have to be willing to put in the work. And I think oftentimes people are looking for a quick, easy
fix.
answer. Just tell me what to do.
That's right.
The correct answer is, I don't know. And nobody knows what you should do. You have to try. You have to experiment. You have to, you have to have not really failed experiments, but things that don't work. Otherwise, you won't know that they don't work. And it's 4 years later, I'm still experimenting and finding what works.
It's a daily process.
It took me 3 years to figure out that I really shouldn't be eating vegetables. Who knew? But so you have to be willing to do that. You're worth it. Put in the time, and if you need somebody, find somebody. We got to go like this.
Sorry, I can't see it
Sorry,
at
guys.
all.
Find somebody that
blind.
is willing to work with you, help with you. I do coaching. A lot of people do coaching, just to work with you one-on-one.
Yeah.
To find your best you.
Love it. Thank you, Robin. See, Robin's like the mic drop girl. She can say it all. Done. Thank you for that. Tay got any comments on keto zealotry?
I don't even know what that means.
People that are just like rah about keto, but it's too much. They turn people off by it.
Well,
That's my little one.
People,
As everyone knows.
People who are like that about anything, it's like nobody's gonna listen to them.
Right.
Because they think they know everything.
So what's the alternative? How do they reach people?
Let people come to them.
See, I love the brevity is the soul of wit. Tay, you're the wisest of all of us, so.
Yeah.
You okay with me calling you Tay, right? That's my new nickname for you. Oh, do they really? See, I just picked that up naturally.
I'll tell you her original name.
Uh-oh. Off camera. So, guys, the bottom line in this Jimmy Rants, how not to be an extreme keto zealot, a.k.a. don't be like the vegans, is have the enthusiasm. It's okay to be enthusiastic. It's okay to say, this changed my life. It's okay to share your story. I do it all the time here. But you don't need to think that because X happened for you, because you did Y, that if other people did X, then Y is going to happen to them. And that's certainly a lesson that we can all learn from. All right, let's see what you guys have to say. Welcome in, welcome in. This is still so weird for these guys because they're used to being on that end.
Let me comment there.
Where is he from? I like his accent. They're talking about you, Alberto. Puerto Rico. Awesome. Couldn't hear Alberto. Can you summarize what he said? Nancy, he's soft-spoken, and we probably had wind in the microphone. I don't know which part you're referring to because he did like 3 segments, so sorry about that. Gerald says, you're right for me. I do low carb, not keto, and it works just fine. So there's somebody that does low carb, and that's fine. I don't think you have to do keto. Who is this Jimmy guy? She's the wise guy here. See, Keto Neogenesis just arrived, and she's right there. And see, you can pinch Jimmy on Jimmy. Ow! On Jimmy Rants. She'll never get to do that again. So unless you come on the low carb cruise in the future, which possibly. So. All right, guys, that's it for this episode of Jimmy Rants. JimmyRants.com. By the way, thank you, Beth from Keto Neogenesis, and Alberto, a.k.a. Carlos. You're forever going to be Carlos now. I don't know why that happened. I just, brain fart. And that's, of course, Christina Wiener at Rebooting Your Nutrition.
Yeah.
The lady I love.
Aww.
Till death do us part, or she kills me first. Exactly. JimmyRants.com is the website. As always, you can engage live in the content, just like all these people did here today. Thanks for being here, guys. Just like all of you live people did here today as well. If you missed the live, or actually, Living Low Carb Man, that's how you find it. LIVINLOWCARBMAN. If you missed the live, you can watch it. See, even Elvira said, "Oh." See, you know my heart, Elvira. If you missed the live, you can watch it on replay for up to 24 hours. After 24 hours, it does disappear. Be sure to check all the past episodes over on YouTube. Type in a keyword Jimmy Rants. You will find the show. Finally, the best of the best moments of this here show is in podcast form. It's the Jimmy Rants podcast on Apple Podcasts as well as Stitcher. All of these links, you guys, are at JimmyRants.com. Say bye one last time.
Bye one last
So-
time.
You watch me do this every day. What do I say at the end?
Oh crap, I don't know.
What do I say at the end?
My Instagram always closed.
They always turn it off before it gets to this part. So I'll do it. So until next time, we'll see you then.
Okay.